Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to Table Rock Sports. We're getting set to bring you more baseball action here at the Pacific Northwest Baseball Championships. Our upcoming matchup features Washington East against Washington Northwest. Jim McCoy with you here this morning. Joining me on the cameras will be Jonathan McCrary and Johnny McCoy. We're just moments away from game time. The designated road team will be Washington East, wearing maroon uniforms today with white numerals. Thankfully, they've got those nice, big, and bold to make that easy for everybody to see, including the play-by-play guy. And then it'll be Washington Northwest, the home team, in the red jerseys. And looks like for our pitching matchup today for Washington East, the rotation is set with Molna, Edler, and Palmer. And then for Washington Northwest, I'll call that up for you here real quick. For Washington Northwest, it'll be Unruh and Campbell. Out here on Field 9, things are beginning to warm up. The forecasted high temperature for today is 106. We're on here under hazy skies. And that might help tamp the temperature down maybe just a little bit. This is supposed to be the hottest of the 4 days that this tournament is scheduled. Right now, at game time, 82 degrees. I'll hit that peak right about 4 or 5 o'clock, so these guys will be in the clear as far as the temperature is concerned. Washington Northwest, designated home team. And these are all class of 2023 guys, so these guys are incoming juniors. Ethan Unruh, 6'5", 178 pounds. He'll start out on the bump today. Leading off will be Jace Vopolenski for Washington East, right-handed hitter against Unruh. Just getting underway here, top of the first. Unruh and his wind-up. There's a strike. Comes to the plate. That's a ball. Game just getting underway. Vopolenski, the shortstop. Count goes even. And Unruh gets the strike. One down. And that'll bring up Cooper Jones. And Jones starts out ahead on the count. Jones playing catcher today. There's a strike as the count goes even. Unruh. Comebacker. Throws over to first. He records the out. 2 up. 2 down. Maxton Martin now the hitter. That pitch high. Martin, 6'1", 185, out of Southbridge High School. Martin playing second base. Swing and a miss. Two gone here in the first. He winds, he fires. Now Unruh ahead in the count. 1-2. Martin will draw the walk. So he'll be the runner on first with 2 gone. And now the hitter will be Broden Palmer. 6'5", 210 pounds. He can pitch. He plays first, makes a nice big target out of Southbridge High School. Count evens up. 2 down, top of the first. Runner on first is Martin. There's a strike. Unruh now ahead in the count. Swing and a miss. One and two the count. Unruh goes to the plate, and he strikes him out. So, for Washington East in the first inning, no runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 left on. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we return, it'll be Washington Northwest coming to the plate right after these messages.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
We're at Field 9 at U.S. Cellular Community Park in Medford, Oregon. Washington Northwest getting set to get their first cuts of the day. First day of our tournament. lefty pitcher on the hill. And that's Troy Molna, left-hander, 6'3", out of Richland, Washington. Defense behind him, we got Brody Mills over at first. Over playing shortstop is Jace Vopolinski. Leadoff man, Brad Johnson, wearing number 23. 6'3", 177, out of Marysville, Getchell. Molna comes to the plate. That's called a ball. Let me get reset here with all the graphics. Leadoff hitter of the ball game. And Johnson draws the walk. So leadoff hitter gets on for Washington Northwest. And that'll bring up O'Donnell. He makes contact. Little bounder out to straightaway center field. Braden O'Donnell. And he's actually class of 2024. These are all incoming juniors. But O'Donnell, incoming sophomore, class of 2024 out of Henry Jackson High School, gets on. Single to center, then moves Johnson into scoring position. Strike to Bigby, the first baseman. Paxton Bigby, 6'1", 195, out of Glacier Peak. There's another strike. Molna pounding the mitt here after the first two hitters get on. That one will get away from the catcher, and the runners will move up. And we have a hit batsman. So the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And the designated there, Jacob Hayes, will be up from Anacortes, Washington, 6'4", 205. Swing, and he'll foul that one back to the screen. Count goes 0-1. Big cleanup hitter with big opportunity here in the first inning. There's a strike from Molna. Count 0-2. Swing and fouls that back, so Hayes will stay alive. On deck will be the right fielder, Keegan Egan. That pitch is high. Molna still ahead in the count, though, 1-2. comes to the plate, and that's a single to right field, to center field, I should say, and a couple of runs will score. And Hayes with the 2 RBI single. That'll bring up Egan, the right fielder. Egan wearing number 28. Keegan Egan, 6'4", 185, out of Marysville, Getchell. Johnson also from the same school. That's a ball. So we got runners at first and second, nobody out. 2-0 ball game. That'll miss the target. Egan ahead of the count. Molna comes to the plate. And he loses the hitter. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. It's Egan at first. Down in scoring position at second is Hayes. And it's Bigby up at third. And now up for Washington Northwest is the third baseman, Ty Quiggle. Quiggle out of Woodinville, Washington, 6'1", 180 pounds. As you can see, a right-handed stick. Molda comes to the plate. Quiggle will look at that one. Count 1-0. Molda, the left-hander, behind in the count now. He's got bases loaded. Nobody out. There's a strike. Quiggle still ahead in the count. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Quiggle didn't get cheated on that one. He had big plans for that pitch. But now count even up. 2-2, nobody out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So for Molna, his first strikeout of the day, and that's the first out. He's recorded. Bases still loaded. One gone. And now it'll be Jones, the left fielder. Trenton Jones from Bothell, Washington. Jones wearing number 24. Molna comes to the plate, exercises good patience. And his patience is rewarded as Jones draws the walk. That's the third bases on balls that Washington Northwest has drawn here in the first, and that will load the bases up once again. So you've got Jones, now the runner at first. Egan in scoring position down at second. And then we have Hayes. You know, you look down for a second and you miss something. Hale there, the hitter. He's out. Hale, the second baseman today. And that'll bring up Hunt, the center fielder. Molna gets ahead of the count there. Count goes 0-1. Cole Hunt, 5'8", 175. He'll look at that pitch. Hunt from East Lake, Washington. Count now 2-1. He'll pop that one up. Does Hunt. It goes out of play. Hunt against Molna, the pitcher. Pitch is called the ball. So Hunt working an at-bat here. Hits a line drive out to center field, base hit. And Hunt will scamper down to second. So that'll be a two-run double. 5-0 ball game. And now it's Cooper up at the plate, left-handed hitter. Garrett Cooper, left-handed hitter, 6'1", 165 out of Central Kitsap. He'll beat that one to the dirt foul. 2 outs in the inning. A pair of runners on for Washington Northwest. Reaches for that one, gets away from the catcher. He makes the throw down to first. And Cooper is out. So for Washington Northwest, they pick up 5 runs in the inning and take the early lead. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with more baseball action coming your way on Table Rock Sports.
A new way to achieve the highest level of savings. Peak Rewards. The Peak Rewards app is your roadmap to savings wherever your journey takes you. Simply by using our mobile app, you can shop for a mountain of savings in any of our convenience stores and fuel up for less. Just download the Peak Rewards app, register, find participating stations and stores near you, and start saving. With Peak Rewards, you can travel further for less. So what are you waiting for? Download Peak Rewards today and find a location near you.
Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All U.S. Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Getting ready here for the bottom of the second. Molna on the hill. Troy Molna out of Richland, Washington. 6'3" left-hander. And now Washington Northwest will see if they can't build on that 4-run lead. Perkins will be the hitter. TK Perkins. Right-handed hitter. Catcher, who's also a right-handed pitcher, 5'10", 178 out of Lake Stevens. Count goes even now at 1-1. Swing and a miss. And Perkins is retired. Axel Puls, infielder. Switch hitter will hit right-handed against the left-hander Molna. Molna pounding that strike zone. And a little bounder. Molna. And a nice scoop there by the first baseman as Washington East records the out. So the first baseman, Brody Mills, making a nice play to dig that one out. And now back to the top of the order with Johnson. There's a strike. Johnson drew a walk in his first at-bat today. That one's popped up. Trying to make a play on it is the catcher. And he's successful. He records the out. And in this inning, after scoring 5 in the first, Washington Northwest comes away empty-handed. We'll be back for the top of the third right after we take this time out.
Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Second game of the class of 2023 on tap and in progress right now out at U.S. Cellular Community Park in Smoky, Medford, Oregon. I guess the plus side is it's helping keep the temperature down just a little bit, but the air quality clearly not good today. But players coping well with it. We're going to the top of the third. Ethan Unruh gets ready for his third inning of work. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike one. Next pitch. And Unruh has 3 strikeouts to his credit today. Keaton, the hitter, hits a high fly ball out to right field. 1 away. So F9, if you're keeping score. Left-handed hitter now is Tommy Molesky. Strike 2 the call against Molesky. Molesky hanging tough. And he draws the walk. Tommy Molesky, outfielder, left-handed pitcher, first baseman, 6'1", 178 out of West Valley High School, and he's a left-handed throwing switch hitter. Molesky with a healthy lead off of first base. And Jace Vobolensky up for his second at-bat of the day. And taking off and running is Molesky. And the throw just goes behind second base. Molesky with the steal. Puts himself in scoring position for Jace Vobolensky. Jace out of Richland, Washington, 6-foot right-handed hitter. That's called a ball. Taking off for third base and taking third, Molesky puts himself within striking distance. And Vobolensky draws the walk. See him down at first. Runners at the corners for Cooper Jones, who grounded out to the mound in the first. One gone in the inning. And he hit the grounder to second, throw over to first. And on the ground out. The run will score. So Molesky brings Washington East within 3. And we have a grounder right up the middle, base hit. Nice piece of hitting there by Maxton Martin. And that brings Vopolenski around. First pitch high. So it's Martin in scoring position. And up to hit is the first baseman, Broden Palmer. Open stance. Unruh comes to the plate. That's called a ball. Unruh throws up, pitch gets away from the catcher, and moving up 90 feet will be Maxton Martin, one down. And Palmer draws the walk. So we got runners at the corners for Keegan Edler. Strike the call. One out, and once again the pitch gets away from the catcher. That will bring in Martin to score. And Palmer moves up to second base. Edler struck out in his first at-bat. Now it's a one-run ball game. So Washington East fighting their way back into this ball game after spotting Washington Northwest a 5-0 lead. Edler playing left field. Swing and a miss. And he strikes him out. That will end the inning. Unruh works his way out of this one. And now it's a 5-4 ball game. Stick around, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Coach, or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, God! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Making our way to the bottom of the third, Troy Molna, left-hander out of Richland, Washington, in for his third inning of work. Comes to the plate. First pitch is high. Braden O'Donnell, the catcher. O'Donnell hit a single to center field his first at-bat. Scored a run. His team on top now by 1 after jumping out to the early 5-0 lead. That pitch high. So Molna and Washington East, after some trouble in the first inning, seemed to settle in a little bit more in the second. And a line drive head out to right field. But there to record the out is Shirtenleap. Pop up on the infield by Bigby. There to grab the out is Grant. Is that Grant Chapman? No, that's Vopolinsky, the shortstop. Now it's Hayes, the DH. Hit a 2-run single in the first, takes a wicked cut there. With 2 down. Hayes as the DH. And a nice play by the right fielder. Picking up the out there is Keegan Edler, and that will end the inning. 5-4 ball game. Washington Northwest will now take the field. We'll be right back. Unruh on the hill for another inning of work. Checking in against him is Jackson May, who hit a single to center his first time up. He'll foul that one off. Eastern Washington up offensively after spotting a 5-0 lead to Washington Northwest. This team has worked its way back into it. That one's fouled off. Unruh bounces that one to third. That'll go foul. So May, the center fielder, stays alive. Strike is called and one away in the inning. For Unruh, that is his 5th strikeout of the ball game, as he faces off against Brody Mills here with one out in the top of the 4th. We'll assume this will be Unruh's last inning of work. That pitch called a strike. One out in the inning. Swing and a miss. Ethan Unruh, lanky right-hander on the mound. He'll come to the plate. And he records the out. 2 out in the inning, and that is 3 strikeouts in a row for Unruh, the right-hander. Shorman gets on with 2 out. First pitch called a ball. And it's Grant Chapman. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. That one in the dirt. Shorman will go ahead and scamper down to second. Count now 2-0 with 2 outs in the inning. Chapman at the plate. Hitters count now. Taking all the way on that one, the count goes 3-1. Comes to the plate and Chapman able to work a walk, so he's on now. Been on twice in this ball game. Tyson Shirtenlieb now up to hit. He'll foul the first one off. Count goes 0-1. Schurtenlieb. Nice piece of hitting there as Schurtenlieb. Takes second. Hits the alley. And that'll bring a run home, the tying run of the ball game. At 5-all. Up to hit now, Castle Keaton. Keaton, he can pitch, plays third, plays the outfield. 5'11", 175 out of Ferris, Washington. A little hospitality by the crew working the game here today, bringing a little water our way. Hitter Keaton will foul that one off. 2 out, 2 on, runners at second and third. Tie ball game at 5 apiece. Little line drive, and it is caught there by the shortstop, and that will end the inning, but not before. Washington East ties it up. So we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's a tie ball game. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
As the president of Southern Oregon University, I want you to know that you are welcome here on our lovely campus.
Hi, my name is Marjorie Trueblood Gamble, and I'm the Director of Diversity and Inclusion here at Southern Oregon University. We want you to know you are welcome here.
I'm Susan Walsh, Provost at Southern Oregon University, and you are welcome here.
Du bist hier willkommen.
You are welcome here.
열어서.
Tu és bem-vindo aqui.
SOU 欢迎你.
तपाईँहरूलाई यहाँ स्वागत छ.
You are welcome here.
أنتم مرحبون هنا.
欢迎来到美国南俄勒冈州立大学.
ยินดีต้อนรับ.
You are welcome here.
Chào mừng bạn đến đây.
You are welcome here.
Bottom of the fourth. And now it's a tie ball game. After Washington Northwest got out to the early 5-0 lead, Washington East has fought their way back in this one. Up to hit is Keegan Agan. And he takes on the first pitch. Molna, and again, I assume this will probably be his last inning of work. Swing and a miss. Hagan drew a walk in his first at-bat. Now that's hit right down to first base. Palmer picks it up and lumbers to the bag. One away. So Palmer with the unassisted putout. Ty Quiggle is up out of Woodinville, Washington, playing third base today. Pitch is high. Strike for Molna. Quiggle will look at that one. Strike to Quiggle. Swing and a miss. And Molna gets the out. 2 down in the inning. And it'll be Jones up the bat for Washington Northwest. Trenton Jones, versatile player, can play outfield and infield out of Bothell, Washington. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So after struggling early, Molna has got himself into a pretty good groove here last couple of innings. 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. That one's in the dirt as the count goes full. That pitch is high. And Jones is on with his second walk of the game. He'll work his way down to first. And Royce Hale, 6'4", 185 pounds, out of Marysville, Pilchuck. Hale playing second base. First pitch is a strike, runner on first with 2 down. Bottom of the 4th. Molna comes to the plate. That one's fouled off as the count goes 0-2. Jones taking what we can describe as a healthy leadoff first. That pitch called a ball. Count now at 1-2. Molna. Pitch fouled off by Hale. Royce, good student too, 3.97 GPA. Got him at second today, but he can also play the outfield as well. Swing and a miss. And that will end the inning. The score stays knotted up at 5 apiece. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
A parent, dad in the stands yelling at his kid, trying to coach him from the bleachers, and the embarrassment on the kid's face. It looked like he was about to cry while playing the game.
I think it's very embarrassing for a student athlete to see their parents being escorted out of the gym or off the playing field.
I'd be surprised if that kid comes back to the game.
And you risk a child enjoying the game, that you rob them of the fun. You have made a bad choice.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Med.
Back at U.S. Cellular Community Park, we're at Field 9 today, one of 3 games going on during this Baseball Northwest Championship. Taking the mound now for Washington Northwest will be Connor Campbell here in the top of the 5th. Up against Tommy Molesky. Molesky made a lot of noise in his first at-bat today, drawing a walk, then stealing 2 bases and scoring a run. Figure probably in a tournament like this, where it's a showcase and they want everybody to kind of get their cuts in and just do what they do best, you don't expect to see a whole lot of small ball out here. But on the other hand, as he hits the ball down to first base, making the play is Hayes, but they let him know, hey, you know, if stealing bases is a part of your game and what you do, go for it. And Molesky in his first at-bat helped get things going. First pitch by Campbell to Volpolinski, who drew a walk and scored a run his last at-bat. Count 1-1 with 1 out. There's a strike. Campbell now ahead in the count, 1-2. Campbell getting right after it in relief. No pitch called the ball. Comes to the plate. And that is just right out of play. As I look over my right shoulder and behind me, makes its way out into the grass. So the hitter, Jace Volpolinski, staying alive here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Volpolinski